Hello, I'm Adrienne at Jimmy Bean's Wool, and today we're going to talk about some of the techniques in the L.O.V.E Cactus kit. We have cute little crochet cacti in terracotta pots that spell L-O-V-E. And some of you have been writing to us saying, oh, I wish I crocheted, and it's doable. So we're going to talk about how. All right, so I've got a crochet hook. This one happens to be the Knitter's Pride Aluminum Gold, one of my favorites to use. I've got some cocoa knit stitch markers. Split ring stitch markers are my absolute favorite for crochet. And we only need one. Actually, I'll show that to you. It's a great shape so that you can slide it on and off of your work. All right, we're going to talk about the magic ring. So I'm going to start with my yarn with the tail in my left hand because I'm a right-handed crocheter. So you're going to wrap the yarn around your fingers with the end that goes to the ball closest to your palm. Then the hook goes under both strands and pull up a loop around the tail. Then you put your yarn over your hook and pull through. Now your yarn goes under both pieces, pull up a loop, yarn over hook, and pull through. And that is the first single crochet in your magic ring. We're going to do 5 more single crochets in that magic ring. So yarn goes under both pieces, pull up a loop, wrap, pull through both, hook under both, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through both. That's 3, 4, 5, and 1 more for a total of 6. All right, now I need to close up that ring. So I'm going to fish out the tail and pull it snug as I can. And it closed my stitches into a beautiful ring. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so I don't lose that 6th, I'm going to take my very handy stitch marker and put it through both legs of that single crochet. All right, now I'm going to continue to build on my cactus here. So I'm going to pull out that ring. Maybe don't do this if you share your stitch markers, but I tuck mine between my lips for a minute and into that same stitch that I just pulled my marker out of. First one's always a little tight. I'm going to put my hook through both legs, yarn over hook, pull through both legs, and make a single crochet. Since this is the first one of my round, I'm going to tuck that stitch marker right back in. And here I need to do some increasing. So in the pattern it says 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So I'm going to put my hook back into both legs of that same stitch and do another single crochet. Pull up a loop, yarn over hook, pull through. I'm going to do that in each stitch around, 2 single crochets in each one. All right. So then I will just follow instructions. I will do some increasing. I'll do some even rounds where I just do 1 single crochet in each stitch around. And at some point, you will be asked to do a single crochet decrease. So let's talk about that. All right, I'm ready for a single crochet decrease. I'm taking 2 stitches and combining them into 1. So here I am at the beginning of my round. I'm going to go into my first stitch and pull up a loop, but I'm not going to finish that stitch. Now I'm going to go into the next stitch and pull up a loop. So I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to put my yarn over my hook and pull through all 3. So I just single crocheted 2 stitches together into 1. And let's do that again. I go into my first stitch, pull up a loop, but don't complete the stitch. I go into the next stitch, pull up a loop. I've got 3 stitches on the hook. I wrap and pull through. And so now I've got 1 less stitch. At some point in the pattern, you're going to be asked to do a double decrease, meaning you are going to take 3 stitches and combine them into 1. So you'll do the same thing you just did with a single crochet decrease, but you're going to do it 1 more time. So I go into my first stitch, pull up a loop, into my second stitch, pull up a loop, into my third stitch, pull up a loop. I've got 4 stitches on the hook now, and pull through all of them. So 3 stitches just combined into 1. Let's do that 1 more time. Yarn goes in, pull up a loop in the first stitch, the second stitch, and the third stitch. I've got 4 loops on the hook, and I pull through all 3 of them. All right, so the next part, as you can see, our cactus changes shape. So we made a ring, we put some stitches in it, we increased, we decreased. That's great. That gets you dirt and it gets you the stem of the L. But now we need this leg of the L. And it's just crocheted right on to the stitches that are already there. And so I'm going to show you how you're going to pick up those stitches. So I'm going to make a little slip knot, just like I would to begin knitting or how I'd begin a chain to crochet. And I'm going to stick my Brittany hook on in there because I needed a smaller size for this part. You won't for your project. And I decide where I want to begin. And you can see that as we get close, each stitch has the part called the post that connects it to the row below. So I'm going to, with my loop on the hook, crochet into that post. So I put my hook into the post, I wrap my yarn, I pull up a loop and complete my single crochet. That loop's a little bit loose, and that is just fine. It's all going to be on the inside, hidden by stuffing anyway. So in I go to the second post. I wrap my yarn over the hook, I pull up a loop, and complete my single crochet. And I'm going to continue doing that. Now, because I'm not just making a ring around this cactus, I want to make a circle so that I can have the bottom of my L. I need to move up a row. So I'm going to go grab another part in the row above and wrap and pull through and complete my single crochet. So I can go through posts and go across the row or the round, or I can move up and wrap and crochet. So when you're being asked in the pattern to go into a post, that's what it means. And as you can see, it's beginning to make a curve. So as I complete these stitches, I'll have a whole ring of single crochets and will then start growing my work upward and out. I had a ton of fun designing the L.O.V.E cacti, and I hope that you will have a wonderful time making them. I'm Adrienne from Jimmy Bean's Wool, and it's been lovely working with you.
Thank you so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, please give us a thumbs up and consider subscribing because we have a lot more yarn reviews, tutorials, and other fiber fun like that. Happy crafting!